What we're going to be working on today is a dent in a piece of furniture. So as you can see right here, I've got a little dent. And this works great for if the dent does not have too many discolorations in the finish. So this one just has a little bit of staining here, which will get disguised when the glue gets in there. So what you're going to need from Zap is you're going to need our thin pink labeled CA and our zip kicker with the pump. Okay, I'm going to discourage you from using the aerosol on this one, and I'm going to show you why when we get to that point where we're going to use the accelerator. So I'm going to go ahead, and the other thing you want is you want a fresh tip, a flexi tip on here. So I'm going to take the old one off and go ahead and grab a new one over here. And the reason why you want a new one is you want to be able to see the glue move down the tip. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of let gravity go first here and get that tip nice and full and drop. Tight, slightest squeeze. You don't want glue to go flying out. And we're going to stop right there. And now just take your normal everyday toothpick. What I want you to do is take that toothpick and move that glue around so that the glue you're completely filled in. And then also where there was a little bit of difference in the finish here, take that toothpick, just kind of work that area, and you have to use the extra thin, because what it's going to do is it's going to be wicking down into all the parts. Right. So now you have two options right now. First option is we sit and we just let this cure on its own. Because there is so much glue on here, it's going to take some time. All right. Or what you'll do is you'll take the zip kicker. Now, this is where it comes where you want to use the pump, because we don't want a heavy spray at this. Because if you do that, it's actually going to blow it away. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the zip kicker with the pump, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit it real quick. And see how lightly it hits that, and it doesn't go blowing the glue out. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this chair leg over and show you what I mean. So I'm now going to put a couple drops of glue down. And if we went with the aerosol, and you hit that with the aerosol, see how it blows the glue out, and it's outside of where you want to work. So we'll go back to where we were working. You've got a nice proud surface here of glue. Let's wipe off any excess. And next thing you need is a razor blade. Now, of course, you want to be extra careful when you're working with razor blades because of the sharpness on these, right? You need that, and then you need a little bit of just clear tape, like a Scotch tape or some of that nature. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some tape on the ends of the razor blade. And this is twofold. One is protecting your piece from this sharp corner. And the second thing is what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be creating essentially a saddle on this razor, so that on the next step, when we shave this piece off, so it's only going to be as high as this area in between the tape. All right. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take this razor that we've put the tape on, and now we want to shave this off. Now when we shave, we don't want to shave with the blade. We actually want to pull. So you're going to come across, you're going to pull the razor over the top of it. And what it's going to do is you're going to start shaving this excess glue off. And in the beginning, it's easy with one hand. And then what you're going to find is the razor is going to get full. Make sure you got a rag with you. Wipe off that extra dust. And then take two hands and really start working at that. Right? Go another direction. And you're not going to be marring the, say, I'll go over here. See, like, we're not affecting the piece at all because of the tape. We're only affecting the glue or anything that's as high as a piece of tape. So go ahead and keep wiping that off. Only applying pressure as we pull across. Apologize for some of you probably think that this is like fingernails on a chalkboard. So now that we've got that going, what you can see is there's a little hole in the middle here. So what we do then is we come back with our thin CA, let that drop, get there. Again, take it, just an ordinary toothpick, and can work that around into any areas that maybe your razor blade is taking it off. Too hot, too much. And we want to make sure that it's proud of the surface. Again, you can wait or hit it with the pump kicker. Wipe that off. Take the razor blade, clean off the razor, and go back at shaving. And once you hit it with the accelerator, you do not need to wait, because the accelerator doesn't truly make it an instant cure. And you'll be able to feel that as your blade gets full, is to need to stop and just clean off the blade. Take this one. That's it. A nice thing about these tips is you accidentally hit your glue bottle over. Not going to go spilling all over the place. Now what you're going to start to see is that excess glue is just slightly proud of the surface. So we're getting really close to going on to the next step. And pretty soon you'll feel it, and it just won't work anymore because the tape, you've shaved the glue down to just a thickness of the tape itself. That's just about where we're at right now. A little bit of back and forth here. So it got to the point where you could feel it that the the razor blade just isn't working anymore because the fill is the thickness of the tape. The next step you're going to do is you got to get yourself some 2000 grit sandpaper, and I want you to just make a little sanding block. Also, you're going to want to get some isopropyl alcohol or kerosene or something of that nature, because we're going to be doing a wet sand at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut the piece of sandpaper. And I'm going to roll that over my sanding block. Take the alcohol, and you're going to go ahead and just dip the sandpaper in. And now we're going to start working the area where the glue was. And you can start to see that that fill is really going away. Sandpaper around, get a clean section. Okay, now, so you can see there's only a slight area where the glue was. So now what we want to do is increase our grit. And I would have liked to have gone to 3000. I was able to find 2500, so now we're going to go to 2500. Same thing on the wet sand. Paper too big. Wet that down with a little bit of the alcohol here. And now go back to doing some sanding. You want to go a little bit larger than you did. We don't want to sand to the point where we start taking off finish. Then you will have to put a little stain in there, but we just want to get that glue down. And you can see right there, the glue is done. Now, what you will take is some polish. This is a polishing compound, automotive polish, I should say. Apologize. Just take a little bit of that and go ahead and hit the surface. If you want, once you've got the fill done, if you would like to hit it with any type of wood finish, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just use some automotive finish if you have it at home. And there you go. The fill is gone. I probably went a little bit heavy on the sanding for demonstration purposes, because there's a little bit of lightening in the stain right here outside of the glue. But I think you guys, gals, and everybody out there are very would be understanding, and you know what we're trying to do here. If you got any questions, check us out at zapglue.com.